We have Dr. Mihaly Kertesz right here from Etheal, closing out the conference. And as you see right here, win the Lambo, win Moon on that. Here you go.
Thank you very much, each of you, for joining our presentation. You are so persistent to be in the last presentation. We are running a healthcare ICO called Etheal, but I will not talk about our ICO because I guess you are overwhelmed with ICOs. I will talk about how did we do our ICO. Actually, several industry observers ranked us among the top of the pack, so you are one of the top health ICOs, and also we get an overwhelming positive feedback from the community. But it took us 1 year to reach that, and I would like to talk about that. We think there are 6 important parts of an ICO, and I will talk about them one by one. But before that, let me tell you how we started. We saw several successful ICOs in the last year. For example, the Slovakian co-founders of District 0x raised $30 million, and the Austrian founders of 10x raised $80 million. And we thought, oh, this might be easy, it can be done easily. And that's far from the truth. So, when should you run an ICO? And the first one is you need to have at least 1 year. We thought it can be done in 3 months, but no, you need 1 year at least. Second one, your vision. You have to have a vision that will make the world a more fair and more transparent place. Third one, you need to have at least 9 to 18 bitcoins, or even more. Somebody said that you need $500,000, or even more than that, because the prices are rising crazy. It's a meteoric rise of bannerets, PR, everything, crazy. Fourth one, and we think this is the most important. Your product must be better with blockchain than without it. This is the most important. And the fifth one, you need team and advisors. And about team, you don't just need a team that can execute an ICO, but you need a team that can build a real product. And about advisors, you don't just need advisors that you can put on your website, but you need real advisors who will put their hard work on your project. For example, we have a Harvard Medical School alumnus professor on our advisory board. And also having early investors is very beneficial because, as I said, everything is expensive, so it's good to have cash in your bank or Bitcoin on your address. Okay, when you shouldn't do an ICO, first one, it's the biggest motivation for you is to drive a Lambo in 3 months. If you raised $1 million, you didn't earn $1 million. You owe your community $100 million because with an ICO, you promise your contributors that you will make their money 100x. Second one, if your biggest reason to run an ICO is that shitcoinx raised $5 million. Of course, it happened in the past, but those days are over. Maybe it will happen in the future, but there's a really low chance. Third one, we haven't seen any successful ICOs that was done besides a full-time job, because you need at least 70 hours per week for 6 months. And the last one, if somebody can convince you to not do an ICO on a conference, then you shouldn't run an ICO. Okay, the 6 parts. First one, white paper. Pretty easy stuff. You can do the first draft pretty fast, but you have to get feedback and redo it, and redo it, and redo it. It will take at least 3 months to create a high-quality white paper. Second one, we are not legal advisors, so I just want to highlight 2 interesting statistics. First one, the most ICOs come from the US and Russia. It might be not that surprising. What is more surprising, the per capita ICOs in countries. And the first one are Estonia, Singapore, and Slovenia. We are incorporated in Estonia as well. Smart contract. If you run your crowd sale on Ethereum, you'll probably use the language called Solidity. And in that case, we strongly recommend you the Ethernaut by Zeppelin. It's a capture the flag game where you have to hack 6 smart contracts on the Ethereum test network. And it's a really different experience to read about the hacks, like the DAO hack or the parity hack, than actually doing the hack itself. That's when you really understand the vulnerabilities of the smart contracts. After you develop, you have to write unit tests to test the code. We wrote 180 unit tests. And just after that, you need audit. to show transparency and commitment to your community. We talk with 19 companies that solely focus on smart contract audit, and it costs between $15,000 to $100,000. We work with Blockchain Labs New Zealand on the smart contract audit. We strongly recommend them, and we work with Silent Signal on the other security issues. Other security issues, for example, the DDoS protection, it's a must, and also the two-factor authentication. We heard an ICO that the DDoS protection was hacked because the founder's email and password combination was leaked during the Yahoo leak. So we recommend to use two-factor authentication anywhere that you can. And also the common sense and protecting your communication channel also a must. I will show you an example again. I got this exact message in my email from a Slack group, from ICO Slack group, and hackers didn't even bother with creating a smart contract. They just sent out an Ethereum address and they stole $500,000. Shocking, right? Working in advertising for 8 years in 18 industries, I can confidently say that ICO marketing is extremely special. The two most effective channels for us are Twitter and Telegram. And this is our method, how we think about marketing and how we worked in our advertising agency. First, we grab data, interviews, focus groups, questionnaires, third-party data. Then we test them. We test benefits, unique selling propositions, actual copy lines, and we use the winners in our communication. I will show you an example how does this work like. So, for example, when we started our ICO communication, we use these exact banners on Facebook as a test. We said, are you fed up with politically influenced healthcare? Another one, we used a lot of emojis, and we used a cartoon character, and we even used the tagline, make healthcare great again. And guess what? All of them failed hard. And there was one that stood out, and it said, why did the Harvard Medical School alumnus professor join Etheal? So the next way, we shot a video with the professor when he talks about why did he join Etheal. Telegram. After Slack lost its prominent place in the ICO place, Telegram became the most important channel. And we were the very first ICO that rewarded participants to use Etheal and 2 hearts in their name. Thus, they gave us a great brand exposure. As the CEO of ICO said, bitcointalk.org is the place where both trolls and the dollars live. And ICOs reward forum participants to use a signature in their post, a branded signature. But there are certain limitations. For example, new members can only use one size of character and just one color. And these are 3 examples that ICOs use for new members. But with a little thinking, and with this called ASCII characters, we could make a 3-line tall Etheal sign in the signature, so we got greater visibility. Okay, we got a pretty interesting offers. I guess 20 offers every day from PR, Telegram members, marketing, and even ICO listing sites. And ICO listing sites says that they would put our ICO on their websites for 1, 2, or even 3 bitcoins, and it doesn't matter what is the bitcoin price, it can be 19,000. And we checked their ICO, the actual websites, and found out that most of them has less than 5,000 visits per month. So we said, okay, let's analyze a lot of ICOs. We are pretty geeks, as you can guess this point, and we analyzed 850 ICOs referral traffic, and we found out that only 12 websites gave the 92% of the referral traffic, like CoinMarketCap, TokenMarketNet, and ICO Alert. And only one thing is constant in the ICO space, and that is change. For example, there is ICO Bench. They started 5 months ago. Now they have more than 2 million visits per month. And even a more extreme example, walletinvestor.com, that is a price prediction website. They do it with machine learning. They started only 3 months ago, and they have 4 million visits per month. Okay, and you are already here, so you know that conference is a really great place to know more people, get feedback, build partnerships. So you know this part. And the last one, and I think this is the most important, give value. We were thinking about that we don't want to beg for YouTubers to make an interview or make a review of our ICO. So we would give exposure to other founders of ICOs and blockchain companies, and that's why we make a lot of interviews with them and put on our YouTube channels. So to sum this up, you need a team that can execute the product as well, allow streamers to your white paper, to create your white paper, learn to hack smart contracts before you develop smart contracts, and give value. Thank you very much, and you will reach this email address if you have any questions. Thank you very much.